Okay, folks, listen, this is a live stream, and I don't think I'm going to be interacting too much with the viewers. But mainly, let me just say this for the new viewers. I can't rehash all the incredible information that I've shown, connecting this Elvis Trump puzzle. So you got to understand, you can't base what you're about to see, or you're not going to fully grasp what I'm saying. If you're watching this video first and you haven't watched any of my other videos, that's my point. So understand this: if you are going to watch this and you don't want to listen to me and watch my other videos first, go understand this: that I have two predictions. That on June 11th, there's going to be some type of event, okay, bigger than 9/11 in Seattle, okay, or basically that whole area of King County where Seattle is. It's in King County in Washington State, June 11th, and somehow it connects to Elvis and him being the mark of the beast or the Antichrist, his name, his image, or the number of his name. Okay, now the other prediction is that on Trump is that on August 4th, which is Obama's birthday, Trump gets the head wound. Trump gets his head wound on August 4th, and he survives that head wound, and it's going to be in Ohio. So those are the two predictions. Seattle 6/11 with something to do with Elvis. August 4th, Trump head wound in Ohio. Okay, now. So in this video, again, like I said, I'm not going to show you every connection to, this Elvis puzzle and Trump puzzle. So you know that next year it's a super important birthday for Elvis. Elvis turns 89 years old, right? Now, just pay attention closely, because I told you I'm not going to waste time here. Anyone gets in late, tell them they have to watch from the beginning, okay? So listen. Elvis next year, he turns 89 years old, right? It's coming up. And so in 24, he turns 89. The 24th prime number is 89, okay? And notice that from the first of the year to the date 89 is the exact same amount of days from Elvis's birthday to his death date. See, it's the same numbers. Okay, that's Elvis's birthday. That's his death date. So that's another connection to the 8-9. Okay, and notice that when you put 224, because if you take out the 0 on the 2024, you put 224 plus 666 is 890. So that's 89 with a crown, because that's what Elvis is trying to get, his crown. Okay, and that's why you see the 89 connecting to all of this. Okay. Now, let's move on. Like I said, this is, if people get in late, I can't help them, okay? And, of course, everything connects to me. And, I was born on 9/4, and the square root of the number 89 is 9.4, of course. And the 33 is important, but I'm not going to get into it here. But the square root of 89 is basically my birthday, which is 9/4, right? And look at this. Elvis, his name, this is what it equals in gematria. Look at this: 6722 forward, 6832 backwards. And look at the totals: 8, 9. Of course, he's got the 89. Okay. It ends with 89, right? But look at this: it's 891 with 2 crowns. Look at that: 8, 9, and 1 day. If you count the day, from Elvis's birthday, the day he's born, to next year is 89 years, 1 day. 891, 2 crowns. Because, there's 2 events happening, right? You get what I'm saying? So that's another connection right there, right? And let me just tell you this before I show you the next part. So, that Trump, Obama's the 44th president, right? But he's the 43rd person to become president. So technically, he's the 44th president, but Trump He's the 44th person to become president and 45th president. So Trump is actually the 44, 45 person, okay? But the reason that Obama was chosen to be a big part of this charade is because he's born on August 4th. He has one of those perfect birth dates, okay? Which I've explained before in the past. The year, everything, the year he's born and the date and everything was a perfect date. And that's why Trump was chosen, because see, Elvis had an identical twin that died at birth, and Trump is the replacement twin. Okay, who knows what happened to the twin? Whether he was sacrificed, or whether he even existed, or whether Trump is the. I don't think so. I'm just saying I believe that Trump is the replacement twin for the twin that was sacrificed. Okay, now so the 44-45 is a huge deal. Okay, and I've explained that in my especially in my future videos. I'm going to explain it again, but I told you that on August 16th, 2022, August 16th was Elvis's 45-year death anniversary, because everything's about the 45. And in 2022, before August 16th, he was still 44 years dead. So in 2022, he was 44, 45, because as soon as August 16th hit, he became 45 years dead. It was 45-year anniversary. So in 2022 was 44, 45. Okay. So on that day, August 16th, when it turned 45-year death anniversary, from that day, the fuse was lit. Okay, for what's happening on June 11th in Seattle next year. Because from August 16, 2022 to next year, June 11th, is 666 days. The fuse was lit. It had to connect to the 45, because everything connects to the 45. But pay attention, because Trump is the 44-45, and what does 44-45 equal? See, like I said, everything's about the 44-45. So you know that Elvis, he was the first famous person to have anything to do with the Seattle Space Needle. When he made a movie, it happened at the World's Fair, when it first opened, the Space Needle. And everything's about the needle, okay? Anyway, so the Space Needle equals 89 and reduces 44. Okay, so it's 89-44. And what do you need to make 44? What's between 44 and 89 is the 45. 44 plus 45 is 89. Get it? 89-45. You understand? It's about the 44-45, 89, right? And again, I told you everything's about my birthday, because I was born on a leap year. So 9-4 is my birthday, which lands on the 9-5 day on a leap year. So the square root of 8944 or 8945 starts with my birthday. You see that? It's even got my birthday in the numbers, obviously, 8944, 8945. The square root connects to those numbers, okay? Which I was just showing you, right? With the Space Needle in Seattle equaling 89-44. And Space Needle equals fallen angel in gematria. And notice that, military time 2024, military time, it lands between 8 and 9 and 4 and 5. You see what I'm saying? Because Elvis turns 89, and I told you the fuse was lit at the 45 mark, between 4 and 5. Get it? And it's between 2024 and 2025. You know what I mean? Elvis turns 89 between 2024 and 2025. And of course, my birthday's in there, obviously. 8, because my birthday's 9-4, but it's 8 months, 4 days into the year, right? So everything's connected to the 8-4, 8-5, 44, 45, 89 connection, okay? And like I said, if you think these are coincidences, you're crazy, okay? Now pay attention. So on a leap year, from Elvis's birthday to June 11th is 155 or 156 days, okay? And it's all about hitting that 156, because the 156 prime number is 9/11, and you saw what happened on 9/11. The 156 prime is 9/11. Next year, it hits the 156, right? I'll show you what that is in a moment. But look, if you took out you know, because I was showing you the numbers 8944 and 8945. Look, it's 1056 or 1055. See, it's 155 and 156. You get what I'm saying? And the reason I'm showing that is because of this. See, you know my June chart, because June is the 6th month, right? Here, let me show you that real quick on my phone for the just in case for the people. I know you guys have seen it, most of you, but for the ones who've never seen it, I gotta show it. You know. Yeah, I've shown all the military time connections in the past, so I know you guys are putting stuff down. You know, I can't show everything. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make the video as short as possible. So yeah, so here's the chart. Like I said, I'm doing this for the people who've never seen it, you know. So the June month chart. So June, this is the June month chart. It starts with 6, right? The first one is 6 because it's 6th month, right? The second one would be 18 and so on, right? So if you were to take all these numbers you see in the, you know, for June, because every 12 months it goes back to June. You understand? These are months. Every 12 months it comes back to June. So if you take all these numbers and add it up, when you get to the number 56, see, it's 1 through 56 equals 666. Okay? I mean, it hits the 666. It doesn't equal 666. I mean, it goes up to the 666 month. And why is that important? Because if you add up all these numbers in this row, from 1 through 56, you add up all these numbers, it equals 18816. And that is Elvis's birthday. You understand? Elvis was born on 1/8 and he died on 8/16. 18816 was that total. And why is that important? Because it hits at the 56 mark and the 666 mark. You see? Okay? I mean, do you understand how impossible that is? Okay, so that means that when you see this, what I was just showing, the 8944 connection, because that's what the space needle equal, right? 1 through 56, get it? The 0 means 1 through 56. 1 through 56 is the 666, and it equaled Elvis's birthday and his death date. All right? It's impossible. Don't you understand that? It's impossible. Okay? What you're seeing. All right? Anyway, and the last thing for this particular cards, let me just put that away. Oh, and by the way, let me just write it on the back of that card. Where should I write this, man? Here, let me write it here. Hold on. I gotta shut the. Sorry about that, folks. I keep forgetting to turn my ringer off. If you were to take out one, you know, just a minute ago I showed you. Wait a minute. What was it? 8. Yeah. So remember a minute ago I showed you the 10,000 equation. Now 1,000 to 156 is 844. If you minus it, I mean minus. Sorry, I forgot to make. You know what? I forgot to do that on these. Oh yeah, I did it on these cards. Minus. But so if you minus 156, it would be 844. If you minus 155, it's 845, and that's the day Trump gets his head wound. 845. See what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is it all connects to each other. All right. But what we're focusing on was the 8944. Okay. Which, like I told you, equals the space needle, right? And 8945, because 44 plus 45 equals 89, right? All right. Now, look at this. Now pay attention. Because it's a leap year, understand that whatever date I'm telling you, it's landing on the date one day later. It's landing on its regular day. So if 6/11 is the date for next year that I'm telling you the Seattle event's going to happen, it lands on 6/12. So 6/11 connects to the 6/12 next year. Okay, because halfway through the day at around 4 p.m. in the afternoon on 6/11 next year, in the UK it would be 6/12. Do you understand? So technically in the UK it's 6/12 that day. So it already connects. You know, I mean, even with that it connects. But 6/11 lands on the 6/12 day anyway, okay? Because of a leap year. Now watch this. So if you took out the, you know, the 20 part, you know, instead of 2024, you put 24. Look at this. 6/11/24. If you add that up, it's 41. 6/12/24, because I told you 6/11 lands on 6/12 next year. So if it's, these two are combined. So if you add that up, it's 42, right? And if you take Trump's birthday, I mean, not Trump's head wound day, 8/4, because it lands on 8/5 because it's a leap year. You add that up, look, it equals 156 also. You see that? What I'm trying to show here, you know? I look, this is, you know, this is pushing it right here, you know. That is like, you know, no big deal, I guess, you know. Whatever. That's not that big of a deal, that's all I'm saying. That part, okay? Now, let me get to the next thing here. Because remember, everything's about the 44, 45, 89 here. It's going to get better. Just hold on, folks. I know this is not that great yet, but it'll get better. Okay, so check this out. 2024 equals 44. Look, 20 plus 24 is 44. 20 plus 25 is 45. And remember, it's in between 24 and 25. I told you that. 44, 45 equals 89, right? See what I mean? It's in between 2024 and 2025. Right there already, it's that exact calculation, right? Now, and remember, it's all about the 44, 45, 89. Look, the square root of 444589, which is the 44, 45, 89, is 666, you know. 666 point whatever the hell, you know. So that's interesting that it lands on the 666 mark, you know. That's another connection. Now watch this. See, this is going to be a little complicated, so you better pay attention. You better pay attention to this one. Pay attention. Let's look over here first. Obama's born on 8/4, okay? 8/4 is the 216th day of the year, 217 on leap year. Trump's going to get his head wound on 8/4 in Ohio, which is a leap year next year. 216, 217, right? Trump gets the head wound, right, on that day. 6 times 6 times 6 equals 216. And Elvis Aaron Presley equals 216, okay? So 216 is very important to the puzzle, right? Now look at this. The square root of 2016, because that's when Trump, the 44th person, was elected. He became the 45th president in 2017. So 2016, look at the square root of 2016, 44.89. Would you look at that? Look at that. And it's, of course, it's got a bunch of other numbers, but 44.89, starting with 2016. And then the next one, 2017, is 44.911, you know. And look, in 2025, it ends at 45. The 2025 is the last, I mean, starts 45. So, and you know, Trump is the 45th president, and if he wins the presidency, you know, it starts to 45, and he becomes the 47, right? I mean, imagine that, right? But the square root, I'm saying, that's what it equals. You see what I'm saying? He's the 44, 45 president, right? Started here, ends here, 44, 45. Do you get it? Are you getting this part, folks? What I'm showing here? All right. And by the way, I just saw something. I forgot that when you take 1,000 and minus, because I told you Elvis turns 89, right? It equals, look, see, 1,000 minus 89 is 911. See what I'm saying? All right. So, um, so now, just hold on, okay? We'll talk about, someone's asking a question about 2025. We'll talk about that in a moment. But pay attention to this. So remember, I just showed you, what did I just show you? That it began, the square root began, the first time you're seeing 44.89 was 2016. And remember, I just told you how important that 2016 is, right? Right? Because Trump got elected that year, and Elvis, his name equals 216. August 4th, the day Trump gets his head wound, is the 216th, and it's going to be a leap year, 2217, August 4th. See? That's what I'm saying. That's why Trump's going to get his head wound on August 4th, because that's when he got elected. Because it had to, because it has to connect to the 44.89. That's the first time you see the square root hit a 44.89, and it ends, and the last 44 is the 44.98. Look at that. It's the backward number of 89, you see? But really, it's because, see, it's the last one. So it has to happen between 44 and 45, okay? So the last one is 45, which is 2025. You see what I'm saying? It's got to be between that. Now, check this out. If you take out the back number, oh no, I'm sorry, no. This was, pay attention, folks. This was 2016, right? 44.89. This is just the number 16. The number 16 is 4 exactly, the square root. And Trump was born on 6/14, right? But look at this. So 16 starts with 4, right? And look at this. 24 is 4.89. And then 25 makes 5. So watch this. 4 point, because remember, there's no numbers behind it. It's 4 exactly. 4, 4, 8, 9, 44.89. Do you see that? You see what I'm saying here? Are you following what I'm showing here? 44.89. Are you getting that or no? And you know that MLK is a big deal in this puzzle, because he was killed on 4/4, but it was on a 4/5. It landed on the 4/5 day because it was a leap year. So if it's 4, the decimal point, then go to the 24, the last 4, then hits the 25 as 5. So it's 4045. Everything in between is 0. Get it? 4045. You see what I'm saying? The MLK connection, because MLK was killed on 4/4, but it landed on the 4/5 day. You see what I'm saying there? Hold on. And one last thing here. Oh, and of course, which I've shown before, Elvis, he had an identical twin that died at birth. And Elvis was born on 1/8. There was 2 of them born on 1/8. Okay? So you have 1/8, 1/8. And what is 1/8, 1/8? Equals 216. You add it up. 1/8, 1/8 is 216. If you add it up backwards, 8181, it's 16/2. And 216 is August 4th, and 16/2 is June 11th. The 162nd day of the year is June 11th. 216th day of the year is August 4th. And that's the identical twins that were born. Elvis had an identical twin born on 1/8, right? Now, you add up. Remember, Trump was elected in 2016, 2017. So that's where it started. And, I told you Elvis Aaron Presley equals 216, all right, without the crown, because Elvis needs his crown. Now, look, because the O can be a zero or a crown, the letter O. Now, look, you add up every number, 2016, 2017, 2000, you keep going, you see? Look what it adds up to. Look at that. 1818 with a crown, you see? Stops at 2024. I told you they have to destroy this, the 1818. That's how they get the crown. So if you add up everything from 2016 to 2024, add up all those numbers, it adds up to 1818 with a crown. Okay? It's so perfect, okay? And just if people want to see what it equals with 2025, it equals 20205. It's like the same numbers as 225, with 2025. Interesting there. We'll talk about the 2025 after. All right, but okay, now, so remember, Elvis had an identical twin, right? And Elvis's identical twin supposedly died at birth. So Elvis, his name equals 67, okay? And Jesse, his twin who died, his identical twin who died, on his gravestone, it's spelled with an I, Jessie. Now, when you do that, what happens is it becomes exactly the same as Elvis. I'm not writing the whole equation, just the top number, the most important number. Sorry, folks. I'm talking too much. Hold on. Oh, man. So Elvis equals 67. His twin equaled 67, right? Now look over here. From Elvis's birthday to 9/11 is 247 days, 67.67. So that's why the Twin Towers fell, because it's about the twins. 67% is what 247 days is. See? 67. That's why they brought down the towers. And 67 is the first number in gematria that equals 162. The 162nd day of the year is June 11th. You get it? And, 6 times 7 is 42. Elvis died at the age of 42. Look at this. The 67th prime is 331. And why is that important? Because that's the first time you see the number 33 in the primes. And look, 100 minus 67 is 33. See how it's all connected? And the 33 is the number of ascension, because Jesus was crucified at 33 and he rose from the dead at 33. That's why they mock. Anyway, the reason I was showing you that is to show you the 67. Okay, why it's important, because it connects to Elvis and Jesse, right? Look, the square root of 44 is 6.6. And why is that important? Because the word twin equals 66. So the first time you see a 6.6 is at the 44 square root, 6.6. So the twin equals 66. And look, you have a 33 and then you have a 24. Look at that. And even the 95 is connected, but forget about that. Just 6.6, look at that. And what is this? 45. This is the first time the 7 comes up with the 6. 6, 7. That's the Elvis Jesse connection. And it hits at the 45 mark. Why? Why does it have to have at the 45? You see what I'm saying? And look, Elvis equals 67, Jesse equals 67, right? And you have a crown in the middle, 67 plus 15, which is the crown. The O is the 15th letter, and it equals 82. See? It matches perfectly right there. Okay? And it's at the 45 mark. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. I mean, I could show you much more with that, but anyway, we were talking about, I was showing you the 44-45 connection again, right? And look, if you put the square root of 4445, it equals 66.67. You see what I'm saying? Look, the square root of 44 is 6.6, square root of 45 is 6.7. And if you put the square root of 4445 is 66.67. I mean, you know what I mean. 4,445 is 6667. Okay. Now, when is the, see, remember, this was, look, this was 6.7. This is the first time you see a 6 with a 7, but it's got the decimal in front of it. And it's at the 45. Now let's see the first time we see the 6 and 7 on this side of the decimal. Where is it? Here's the first time. Look at that. Now do you understand? Look at that, will you? That's the first 67 at 44.89. I mean, can you believe what you're seeing? That's the first one, folks. I mean, can you believe this? Are you getting what I'm showing here? Is anyone getting this right here, this part? Because I was just showing you all the 44.89 connections and 89.44, you know? Because in between 44 and 89 is 45, you understand? And that's the first time you see a 67 on this side of the decimal. Okay? And remember, there was two born. Elvis and Jesse both equal 67, right? Look at this next equation, folks. What in the hell is that? See what I mean? Because see, that's why it equals exactly 67 with zeros. Because 67 times 67, that's how you make a square root, I guess. See what I mean? 67 times 67 is 4489. You know what I mean? I guess that's how they figure out, you know, on a flat, you know what I mean? I mean, not flat, but when it evens out like that, I guess you can multiply it. Before I show you the rest, look, but I left out thousands of, you know, information that I've shown in the last few videos, you know. If you go back like 5-6 videos, you'll see how it all connects, my birthday to this. But look, you got to understand, there's tons of information that I'm leaving out, you know, like I said, and there's so much more to show. I'm trying to show you how every piece of the puzzle has to connect somehow, all right? There has to be a one connecting puzzle piece to the next piece. That's what they do, okay? Now, so, you know, I was just showing you all that. Now look at this connection to Trump. Watch this. You know, remember I showed you all the connections with the 216 a minute ago. Look. You know, Trump was born on 6/14. Trump's head wound is going to be on Obama's birthday, which is the 216th day of the year, which is August 4th. That's the day he gets his head wound, right? Trump on Obama's birthday. Trump's born on 6/14. 6 times 14 is 84, right? And 84 is the 216th day of the year, right? His birthday is 6/14. 84 is 216th day of the year, the day he gets his head wound, right? Now look at this. The square root of 216 is 14.6. Look at that, will you? That's Trump's birthday. Backwards, 6/14. 14.6, like they say in the UK. 6/14. 6 times 14 is 84. 84 is the 216th day of the year, the day Trump gets his head wound. The square root of 216 is 14.6. 6/14. See? Look at that. What in the hell is this? Okay, you think these are coincidences? And remember, earlier, what I was showing, you remember I showed you this earlier about how because it's a leap year, so 6/14 lands on the 6/15 day, right? And if you take out the 20, you know how you do 2024, if you take out the 20 part, look, 6 plus 14 plus 24 equals 44. 6 plus 15 plus 24 equals 45. Look, see? Again with the 89. And it only can work with this year. You see what I'm saying? Are you getting that or no? Because I told you 614 lands on the 615 day. That's why I'm counting 615 also. Because it's connected to each other. Okay? Are you getting this part? And again, look what happens when you do August 4th like that. 8 plus 4 plus 24 is 36. Because 8-4 lands on the 8-5 day. 8 plus 5 plus 24 is 37. 36, 37 is 73. And why am I showing that? Because remember, look, this is 89, right? This equation for his birthday, right? And this is his head wound day, is 73. So 89, 73, right? 89, 73. Look at this. August equals 89, 73 equals 162, which is June 11th. Down here is 216, which is August 4th. And look, it equals the exact same as Jesus with a crown. August equals the same as Jesus with a crown. And this thing is loaded because you have a 611 right here with a crown. The 106 is the word the crown. The crown equals 106. 1737 is the word El. El means God in Hebrew. El equals 17 forward, 37 backwards. This is so loaded. And 7337, 110 is the word perfect. And Ohio, the middle letters in the word Ohio is H-I. H is the 8th letter, I is the 9th letter, and 8 plus 9 is 17. Ohio is the 17th state. You see how loaded it is? August equals, do you understand how impossible these connections are that I'm showing you? And you have to be kind of advanced to understand what I just said because I was going so fast. But this connects to the Ohio, to the EL, to the crown, to the 611, to the 216. It literally connects to every single thing. And of course, it connects to Jesus with a crown. Okay? And now, folks, pay attention. In the past, I've shown all the connections to JFK and Trump because JFK is going to get his head. JFK is the one who got the head wound, right? He was the ritual head wound. All right, the foreshadowing. He had to be there. You know why he had to get it? You're going to see in a moment. But and I told you that JFK's birthday. Forget about the death date for a second. JFK's birthday is 529. 529's backwards birthday is August 4th. Because 529 is the 149th day of the year, which leaves 216 days in the year. And the 216th day of the year is August 4th. You see what I'm saying? So JFK's birthday, the guy who got the head wound, his backwards birthday, it's August 4th. Now, by the way, I've shown many, many connections. This is just one that I haven't shown yet. Check this out. Trump, he's born on 6/14, right? And look at this. He's born on 6/14, right? And I told you 6 times 14 is 84, right? But look at this. What happens if you separate all the numbers? Look, Trump's born on 6/14, right? What if we took the prime numbers for each one? Instead of saying 6 and 14, how about 6 and 1 and 4? Let's see what happens. Look at this. The sixth prime is 13. The first prime is 2. The fourth prime is 7. Let's add that up and see what we get. Are you looking at this? Can you believe what you're seeing? 1122. Are you seeing that? Come on, man. In what realm of possibility can all this occur? You see what I'm saying here? Can you believe this? And this is nothing. I've shown much more in much more connections. But just look at that. That's ridiculous, right? That's ridiculous, right? And and hold on. And hold on. Where am I? Yeah, I appreciate everybody's comments. Um, Actually, to somebody's writing something down. Uh, you know, some I think in satanic gematria, if you were to put um, June 11th with a crown, like you write the word June 11th and put the letter 0, I think it equals 611. Check that. Check if I'm right. Because June 11th is 611, right? So June 11th with a crown, I think equals 611 in gematria. I mean, in satanic cipher. I don't use, like I said, folks, I only use one thing, but if you want to show me satanic cipher equals something, or in, the pigeon pecker cipher, if you know what I mean. I don't want to say their name, but maybe I would pay attention to it just for one or two words. But I use only the simple, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, that kind of thing. The forward and the backward and the reduced number. Listen, if you know my videos, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, see, I'm right. Yeah, he did it. It was 611 with a crown. June 11th with a crown equals 611. Anyway, so why did JFK have to get his head wound? Why did JFK have to get his head wound? Before Trump. Why did that have to happen? Because, see, there had to be a number 4. See, JFK was the 4th one to be assassinated. Trump has to be the 5th one, the 45. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, do you get it? Okay, now look at this. 35th president was JFK, 45th is Trump, right? And that equals 80, and you take the 4 and 5 over here, and 4 plus 5 is 9, so it's 89 basically if you take out the 0. But look, it's 804 or 805. That's his head wound day, 8485. If you add the 4 and 5, you see what I'm saying? That's why JFK had to be ahead of him. He had to be the 4th one. He had to be the 5th one. You know what I mean? Are you getting that? And you know that that in the gematria, I think if you put only one crown on those two, since JFK since JFK's head was blown off, supposedly, let's put their name into the calculator and see what we get. Watch this. Let's see. I don't remember it now. I know there's something to it, but I can't remember what it was. So I'm only going to put one crown, which is going to be for Trump. Watch what happens. With 2 crowns, I don't think... Here, let me put 2 crowns first. Let's see what we get. I don't think we get a good number with that. Well, you know what? Look, with 2 crowns, because one for each of them, look what you get. Okay, look. John Fitzgerald Kennedy, Donald John Trump, and 2 zeros. I mean, not 2 zeros, 2 O's. Look, the first number is 448. And 187, I think, equals the word murder. But look, 448. That's the 84. Because I told you that Trump gets his head wound on 8-4 and then comes back 4 days later, on 8-8 or 8-9, whatever the hell, who knows what they're up to. Could be 3 days later, 4 days later, All I know is he gets his head wound on August 4th. That's all I know. But look what happens when you only put one crown. Let me see what happens. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Let me just tell you something first. Look at this. So, let me turn it around real quick. So let me just show it to you more here. So John Fitzgerald Kennedy, Donald John Trump with a crown. You see the crown? Look, 433. You know what 433 is? It's the 84th prime. The 84th prime is 433. And 181 is the 42nd prime. And Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington's the 42nd state, where Seattle's going to get the 611 head, 611 event. But look, 433 plus the 181 is 614. See that? That's Trump's birthday. Look at that. Anyway, there's connections here too, but all I'm saying is that's with one crown, I thought that was interesting. But and again, that's not that big of a deal. Just wait, I have more. So let's just keep going here. So remember, it was the 4-5 connection. JFK is the fourth one. Trump's going to be the fifth one to get assassinated. He's going to be said to be dead. See, that's why it counts as an assassination. So he's dead, but he's alive. Do you understand? That's why you have to count that. He heals from his deadly wound. See, they're going to say he's dead, but he comes to life, folks. He's brought back to life. All right. So he's the 4-5, right? The 4-5 connection, the 45, and 8. It's the 804, 805, right? That's the day he gets his head wound on leap year. 8485 leap year. 84. So the 35 president and the 45 president, right, equals 80, right? Now watch this. Pay attention. Trump. Trump next year in the leap year, if you don't put the 20 part, 2024, if you take out the 20 and just put the 24, 6, 14, 24 is his birthday, equals 44. 6 plus 14 plus 24 is 44. If you add the what is this? My brain's not working. If you add the 8 plus 4 plus 24 is 36. And it equals 80. Look at that. See, again with that 80. For Trump birthday, Trump head wound. Get it? All right. You see what I'm saying? That was 80 right there. And I should have checked what it equaled with the total. I don't even know. Did I total the other one? I can't remember now. Anyway, it doesn't matter. There's a reason why I'm showing that. Just hold on. So remember the Trump connections, Trump's birthday and Trump's head wound next year is the 80, right? Look what happens with Elvis. Elvis, his birthday, added up is 33. Look at that. And 6 plus 11 plus 24 is 41, is 74. Look at that. 74. And the 74 is Lucifer. And Jesus equals 74 also. Pay attention. Look what happens when you put the two together. Okay? Look. The Elvis connections, the 1-8, the 6-11, all that, the 6-14 for Trump and the 8-4 head wound. Look, the total is 74 and 80, remember? Look, 154. That's the Antichrist number. You see? The Antichrist number. And look, if you add these numbers up right here, not the year, but just all these numbers, is 2137. And the 2137 is the 322nd prime. I don't know if that, if you want to make something out of that, but this is what's important. The Antichrist, 154. But look at this, 74 and 80. Now pay attention to that, 74 and 80. Why is the 80 so important? Because, pay attention, okay? Man, I guess I just have to show you. I'm not gonna be able to explain it. So let me just try to explain it here. So why is 80 so important? Pay attention, okay? 80 is the first number where you get the number of Lucifer. 80, the word 80 equals 7438. And it's the last time you're going to see it. 80 is the first time you see it in the first row, in the first numbers of on my calculator, and not the backward numbers, the forward numbers, which is the more important. So 80 is the first one, and it equals Lucifer, and the king equals the exact same, right? Because Elvis is known as the king, because he is the representation of Lucifer. Anyway, and the second time, I mean, the first time you actually see the number 7438 is in 42, but it's in the backwards numbers. See, 42 is the first time you see it, but it's in the backward. See, this is the forward number. See, this number is over here, 7438 for the number 80. That's why the 80 is more important, because it's in the front. See, the 42 is in the back. Okay? So the 42 is connected, and that's when Elvis died, in Washington's the 42nd state. But look, Elvis's social security number starts with 409, and my birthday's 904, right? And they say the date backwards over there in the UK is 409. Elvis's social security number starts with 409. The 80th prime number is 409. See, everything's connected to Elvis. You see what I'm saying? The 80th is 409. Look, and the 74, and I just got finished showing you the how their dates, for next year equaled 74 and 80, right? And that's what this whole thing is about, the 80 and the 74. 80 equals 74. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, why else is the 80 so important? Why else is the 80 so important? Look, folks, there it is right there. The square root of 80. Look what it is. 8.944. You see? We're back to school. We just went full circle. You see what I'm saying? It's the 8944 or the 4489. You see what I'm saying? And remember that 2024, the square root, where is it? Hold on. The square root. I just want to see this one more time. Where is that? Look, it's see, 2024, the square root was 44.98. That's the backwards of 80. 80 was 8.944. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, everything's connected. I don't know what I just did here. I think I just messed everything up. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Oh man, it's a long video and it wasn't even that many cards. All right, folks. If you got in late, I hope you watched from the beginning, all right? And appreciate everyone's comments. God bless everybody. And oh, you know what? Let me just show you this real quick too. Forget it. I'm gonna end it while I can. I can't deal with this. Anyway, God bless all of you. Jesus is God. And like I said, folks, I have so much more information to show. So much more, even way more mind-blowing than this. This was just, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give this an 8, But I have some 9s and 10s coming, folks. I mean, and some 11s and 12s off the charts. Anyway, all right, folks. God bless all of you. Jesus is God. And great comments by everybody. Appreciate it. All right. I'm going to stay on for another few minutes. So if anybody has anything to say, say it. I want to end it before an hour. So it's 54 minutes now. So anybody have any last words? I guess not, huh? So anyway, again, just let me remind anyone got in late, watch from the beginning, okay? It's a must watch, all right? Yes, hit that like button, that's right. And see if you can put comments under the chat, make sure you comment, once the video is up too. There was an earthquake in Japan. What do you mean, the 108? Did it happen on 10/8 or something? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, folks, I didn't read everybody's comments. I apologize. You know what I mean? All right, folks, last 2 minutes. Finish your comments, and it measures 108 meters. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but you mean the depth of it or something? I don't know what that means. Oh, you're talking about the needle? Or are you talking about the earthquake? I'm not sure what you're talking about. See, this is what happens when you're reading comments and you're not fully like, not you, I'm saying, trying to figure out what people are saying. Sometimes it's very hard, through text messages. Anyway, folks, make sure you watch from the beginning, every single minute of the video, okay? All right. Last minute. I'm just sitting here waiting. Like I said, folks, you don't want to miss any videos. I'm telling you. Once I get on a roll of starting to do these things, then I'm just going to start banging out these videos. Because I just got to get in the groove, Yeah, that Kobe, Japan earthquake that happened. Kobe is a sister city of Seattle, yeah. And Kobe equals 33. And you know what happened to Kobe? 126, what the date, and 126 is the same numbers as 216 and 162, which is June 11th and August 4th, Anyway. All right, folks. Great comments. Appreciate it. All right, folks. Last 30 seconds. All right, last 10 seconds. God bless all of you. Jesus is God. End of video. You see how dark it is? Look at this. All right, folks. I'm trying to get some light. All right, end of video.